the current crisis, you mentioned it briefly, you always look for the positives. What are the benefits in the property market at the moment during this? Are there any?
If I look at any billionaire,
Yeah.
they have made money in times like these.
Well, this is when the rich get
right?
richer. Is that correct?
This is when the rich get richer, and this is when opportunity exists.
Mhm.
In a booming market, it's very hard to find opportunity. But right now, if you have the cash, or you can get money from the bank, which a lot of people can because the banks are enticed to lend money right
The
now.
governments are helping them out.
You can pick up unbelievable opportunity. And, you know, it's so funny. I look at my book of clients and the people I meet every day, and 50% of them are scared because that's human nature. And 50% of them are fired up.
Yeah, let's go.
Because it is the time to pounce right now. And, you know, I have clients I was working with over the last few months when the market was booming. And the problem was we kept missing out on things. You know, we're now in a market where we were able to afford things that were the next level up that they can buy now in their budget. And it's an absolute win for them. And if you take the long game, and the long game is even a 5-year view, which is short in property, right?
Yeah, that is very short in property.
You're going to be fine because this ain't going to last 5 years.
And even the people that bought just before the crisis happened.
It's irrelevant.
Yeah.
Interest rates are 2.5%, right? It is irrelevant. Property is, as we can see by watching the stock market and everything else, the safest asset class you can get into.
If you're holding long term, especially, it doesn't matter.
And if you're buying the right property.
So long as you can hold it and you can afford it.
Yeah, listen, it's basically free to hold right now anyway. So yeah. Listen, my philosophy is you have to have somewhere to live.
Yeah.
You may as well be paying your mortgage than paying someone else's.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of people, particularly a lot of members, right? A lot of members are young entrepreneurs who are making lots of cash for the first time often. And they don't know necessarily exactly what to do with it. They're like, do we buy more? Do we start another business? Do we put it back into our business? Do we buy stocks? Do we buy property? Some of them haven't got that expertise.
They also don't realize how little you need to buy a property.
And that too. You don't need to go spend the ridiculous Sydney price on property.
But you can, but you don't have to put the full amount down, right?
Yeah. So they're a better understanding of the whole process. So if someone was looking to buy a property, let's just use me as an example so listeners can kind of paint the picture for themselves. How would you advise for them to find the most ideal thing? What's the process you run through?
Well, one, we need to understand what your budget is.
Okay.
Two,
and how do you figure out your budget?
We'll go to a mortgage broker.
And they tell you what you can afford.
Yep.
Yep.
Two, we'll need to decide if you're going to live in it or it's an investment.
What's the difference?
Very different strategies. There
What
should
are
be
the different
zero
strategies?
emotion in an investment.
So you could buy an ugly piece of shit and it'd be a good investment.
No. You need to buy something that ticks a lot of boxes for capital growth and for tenants.
Yep.
Whereas a place you live doesn't necessarily have to have those things.
Yep.
So very different strategies.
So the place you live could actually be a less and not as good investment, but more.
You might want to live in Vaucluse, right? And that's fine, but you wouldn't buy an investment apartment in Vaucluse.
Where would you buy it?
Throwing it out there, you'd buy in Woollahra because you'll buy the train station, you'll buy shops, you'll buy cafes.
Yeah.
You're going to get a lot more tenants.
Yeah.
You know, that's the difference.
Yeah. Okay. So you choose between live or investment.
Yep.
And then what?
So it's budget.
Yeah. Which you get through the mortgage.
It's what you're looking for.
Yep.
It's live or investment.
Mm-hmm.
Then we discuss the best areas we think to buy.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go out and find the best
hunting.
opportunities.
You go with that spear and you hunt that deer.
Yes, we do. Amazing.
And your team are, I know a lot of people's teams are worried at the moment, right? There's a lot of worry in the air and they're watching things happen, horrible things happen to friends losing their jobs and things like that. How are you handling that? How are you kind of inspiring their confidence?
Look, we joke around because it's just what my team is like about who's going to get fired next. But in reality, we come to work every day.
Yes. We
discuss every day what we can do today to do something different, and we get on with our job.
Mm-hmm. Are you doing more things to keep community in the team? Have you tried to beef up meetings or
we talk every day. We had a meeting today with like 10 different people on 10 different FaceTimes, which was interesting.
We're doing that too.
We're going to get Zoom tomorrow.
Oh, that's us.
I think it's just communication with my team. It's sharing ideas.
Mm.
It's asking them what's working for them.
Do you have a WhatsApp team? WhatsApp?
Yeah, we're
Any team that does not have a WhatsApp group,
I've got about 50 WhatsApp groups, but I've got a buyer's agent. I've got my team.
Yeah.
All my clients are in WhatsApp.
Yeah.
And yeah, we all talk. We all share our wins. You know, the other day,
Sharing wins on the WhatsApp
Yep.
has to be the number one
but
most
the other day,
motivational
someone
thing.
had an issue and they brought it to the team on the WhatsApp and everyone put their ideas in.
Mhm.
It comes down to one word, and it's the word I think encompasses everything in business, and it's communication.
Yeah.
Communicating with your staff, with your clients,
Just constantly
with your
open.
market. Communication is the number one thing.